There, Leo. Welcome. How are you today? This is Yetta Pearl, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you being here. I'm having so much fun doing all these readings and enjoying myself thoroughly on this YouTube channel. And so I've been trying to reach 100 subscribers, and we're getting so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is awesome. So if you don't mind, if this is your first time listening or something like that, if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, as soon as I get to 100 subscribers, then I will be doing a draw and to give away a free reading to one lucky person. And I, consider myself to be the lucky one to be able to do that, to get to know somebody a little bit better in that way. And so anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you, thank you. And so this is your general reading for the week of August 16th to the 22nd of 2021. And so we have the guardian angels all present here and all giving their wisdom. They've helped choose the decks of cards to use. And right now we're just still getting the actual reading out, the cards out. And it's a beautiful day. It's quite windy, but I found a sheltered spot in my yard. So that's a real treat. I'm right beside really tall corn. I'll just show you my corn. Oh, can you see? I can't turn the camera any further. Anyway, the corn is probably 9 or 10 feet tall and forming some really nice cobs on there. They're not ready yet. It's a little bit late. It was pretty cool this spring when I first planted, so they got a bit of a late start, but looking really, really good. And as soon as I'm done with the reading, then I'll have to get things watered. It's a little dry. So anyway, thoroughly enjoying my summer. I hope you are too. Okay, so angels, one more card we need to tell our beautiful Leo what to expect for this week for energy, or what to look for, or if things continue on their current path, how that will look for you. So just so you know, anytime in a reading that there's some part of it that you don't like, it's resonating, but you don't like it, now's your opportunity to change it. Oh, I'm hearing. Okay, sorry, somebody was trying to call me, so I'll have to phone them back. So now's your opportunity to change it. If something pops up that you're like, oh boy, I can see that happening, but I really don't want it to. Now is the time. Do something different. Change up your energy, change up what you're thinking, what you're doing, how you're handling things. Because anything that is shown to you in the energy here is a projection for what the week will look like if energies stay upon their current path. And so it's still changeable. That's partly what this is for. It's almost like a heads up, so that you can always do something different. So let's see what your angels have to tell you for this week. Okay, so let's just start here. Number 1, yes, you deserve all the good stuff. Absolutely, you do. You're magical. Like, I know sometimes it's hard to see your own worth, right? Because on the inside of us, we see the things that we consider to be imperfect or wrong, or, that needs to be improved or whatever. Do all your improving. I mean, we all grow and we learn and we change, but it doesn't mean you were wrong before, right? Just means that that's what you knew then. So keep in mind that, every minute, each of us, not just you, each of us are doing our best. And we're working with the knowledge and experience that we have gained to date. Yeah, sometimes we forget some things, sometimes we have to learn it more than once. It's all good, because we're all like that. We're all human. That's what we're here for, is to be human, right? And so when you think that you're not worth something, the divine knows that you absolutely are. And your guardian angels want you to be able to see you through their eyes. They want you to be able to see how beautiful you are, how perfect you are, how the things that you're doing are exactly right for you. So you are always worth it, and you deserve the good stuff, not just the crappy stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, get it through your head. Some of you are sitting there going, no, 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 I've always felt like that. Yeah, okay, doesn't mean you can't change, right? Yes, you can. I used to be very, very uncertain, completely lacking in confidence, thought that I, was so much less worthy than anybody else. And, took me a long time. I really hope that you learned quicker than I did, that you are so worth it. And I know that now about myself. And most of the time, I can keep that in mind, and I can just know it. It's actually not even keeping it in mind. It's just this inner knowing. Yeah, so that's what I wish for you as well. Awesome. Okay. So, along the same lines, what are your boundaries? Like, people have been pushing your boundaries lately. It feels very much like, they take advantage of things. And okay, so these are things that in the past you fully went along with. You were like, yeah, you bet, I'll handle that for you. No need for you to worry about it. And then never ever get anything back from that person. Or, the only time you hear from them is when they need you for something. Or need you to do something for them is more to the point, right? But what are your boundaries? What is it that you're sitting there and that you kind of beat yourself up over because, oh my God, I did that again without even thinking. I swore I wasn't going to just step up and do that. People need to do their own things. And that's true. They do. So, what really, really helped me is when I learned that taking responsibility for somebody else and their things that they have to do does not help them. In fact, it actively hurts them. So, it's every person has their own responsibility to take, has their own things that they have to do in order to be able to grow as a human being, as a person. And so if you take on those things, it's easiest to picture this when you think about teenagers in the home. If you always let them off the hook, if you always, defend them to the teacher or whoever's in authority, their boss, whatever, if you always say, no, no, you weren't wrong. Oh, here, honey, let me handle that for you. Yeah, no, for sure, you don't have to take the garbage out. I know it's part of your chores, but I'll just do that for you because it's easier for me, You're not helping them. In fact, you're hurting them. You're making it so that once they do move out, they don't have a clue how to stand on their own. They don't know how to clean their own house. They don't know how to do their own laundry. They don't know how to create food for themselves. So you're not doing them any favors. And that is true for everybody, whether they're teenagers or not. You're robbing them of the opportunity to learn that thing because in the future, they're going to need to know how to do that thing, right? So set your boundaries because that also, it not only is that helping you, you're helping everybody around you. Now, people won't necessarily like it, especially to start with, because they're used to you doing everything, right? They're used to you just accepting everything that they dish out. And so when you start to say, no, that's not okay, well, some people are like, well, what do you mean? And, and they take it as an insult. And it's not that at all. And they will get to know that. It's okay. It might be a little rough for a short while, but they will get to know that. And eventually, as you stand your ground and maintain your own boundaries, then it will become that they like it, that you really like it. Yeah, it'll be your new normal. Okay, so looks very much like we have a lot of entrepreneurs in the Leo group. So are you self-employed? Do you want to be self-employed? Perhaps you are an employee, but that you think in the same way that an entrepreneur tends to think, in terms of how to get things done and the most efficient way, most cost-effective way, all those things, right? Either, whatever it is, it's really good timing to be self-employed or to think in the same way as somebody who is self-employed. This just always works out better than being, not self-employed for you. So, your angels want me to be very clear. Right now, like, they are talking to the people who are self-employed. They're not talking to the people who are not and don't want to be, right? That just means that this part of the reading doesn't resonate with you. No problem. It's perfectly fine. Okay? So those of you who are self-employed, you are doing it exactly right. You do need to keep your boundaries. You do need to understand that your company, as an extension of yourself, is definitely worth all the great customers and the sales. Be careful with your pricing. You don't want to price yourself out of your own market, but at the same time, you want to be charging at an amount that's going to support your business, right? Yes. And so there's all this productiveness, being busy. It's busy for the sake of being productive, not for the sake of being busy. That's two totally different things, right? So when you are busy, when you have lots of tasks to accomplish, and you're kind of thinking, all right, I have all this to do, I better get on it, right? You definitely can handle all of it, is what they're saying to me. There are times that you have somebody around you that can handle some of that for you, that you can trust them to do it in a way very similar to how you would do it, and that's perfect. However, you do have everything at your fingertips in order to accomplish the things you need. It will be a busy time. You won't get much downtime, but you can do it. You can do it. Definitely, if you have those friends, though, feel free to ask, and be really clear with them that you don't want a yes answer no matter what. You want assistance if that's what they are able to do. If they're not able to do that, then please say, sorry, I can't right now. Next time, please ask me again, because it might work out better next time. But this time, I just don't have what it takes. And that'll be perfect, because next time the other friend can't and this one can. That's just how it works. And don't forget that then you're going to keep your giving and receiving in balance. So at different times you will be assisting these friends in return, right? It's never a one-way street. If it is a one-way street, it won't last very long, and then there won't be anybody left to call on, right? Yeah. So this is a great time of fertility. Now, a lot of times this is talking about, having babies, or growing your ideas, and having these great ideas that you can bring to fruition. So in this case, it does not feel like babies. It feels like events and business. It feels like new ideas that you're putting into action, and they're great ideas, and it's perfect timing to do those things. So this whole week feels very productive. It feels very much like getting your shit done, right? And making progress while doing it, and having great feedback from people is how that feels. So it's amazing. It's really amazing. And here we have the knowledge that you were always protected. So especially when you ask, your guardian angels are always there. That is their job. They never ever leave you. And their whole purpose is to assist you with the things that you're asking for help with. But you do have to ask. We're human. We have free will. Your angels cannot intervene unless we ask. So please do ask. It's to your benefit to do that, for sure. And so when you ask your angels for assistance, for protection, for ideas, for the people to assist you getting it done, then all that is automatically answered. Yes. So, in the end, it doesn't always look exactly how you thought it would or how you pictured it, but it'll be better. If it doesn't look exactly the same, it's better. Yeah, it's awesome. Your angels are amazing. And yeah, okay, so they're telling me to teach you about the shield. So when you go to, when you're leaving your house in the morning, before you leave, ask Archangel Metatron to help you clear your whole energy field. So that's all your energy. It sticks out, a ways around your body. Everybody is different in size. But you want to clear that so that the only thing in there is your own stuff that's still working well for you. So you want to clear everything that's not working for you, clear everything that doesn't belong to you, right? And then ask Metatron for the rainbow shield. So he puts this shield around the outside of your energy field, and it contains all the colors. Because color has different types of protection. So throughout the whole day, this is going to last about 12 hours or so. It is energy, it will dissipate. So you'll have to reset this later, a couple of times a day or more if you like. So the colors will fluctuate during the day depending on what you need for protection in that given moment. You don't have to think about it, it's happening. You don't even have to remember that you've got it. It's happening. So it's very beautiful. You're always protected. Yes. Okay, so let's grab one last card from the daily guidance cards, the deck, and we'll see one last little bit of wisdom that the angels want to share with us today. What an awesome reading. Being busy and productive and getting things done and seeing the progress is a real treat. We all know what it feels like to just be spinning our wheels and getting nowhere, right? But this week is not like that at all. This is a fabulous week. And remembering, to set your boundaries okay, they're just dropping this in there. Remembering that, the people around you also have boundaries. So if they say to you, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Even if that's an employee, somebody that you pay, it's worth a conversation about what's going on. This is your boundary and you're setting it and you're sticking to it. But so what is it that I asked you to do that you feel you cannot do, right? And just have the conversation. Try not to be defensive. Okay, so in the midst of all this productivity and being busy, remember to get outside in the fresh air, just like we are right here, right now. It's beautiful, it's amazing, breathing out here and feeling the wind, feeling all that divine intervention, because that's what it is. It's just amazing. So remember to do that. It's body movement too, but it's fresh air and sunshine and just enjoying yourself. Okay, that's an awesome reading for you. I did not bring my globe outside here with me this time, but if you guys can assist me, and we will just beam a whole bunch of awesome energy out to the whole world. Let's pretend there's a globe in front of us. Pretend that the world itself, the earth, is right here between our hands, and we'll send all this amazing energy and health and love and compassion to every person on earth. And in that way, we do our part to keep ourselves healthy. Amazing. Thank you so much, Leo. I appreciate you very much, and I love you, and I'll see you next week.